on YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn and Facebook Live. I appreciate you. Um, let's see. Uh, I just waiting for my co-host. I don't know where she is, but maybe something came up. She's always doing things and busy, so I get it. Let's see. The Today was a good day. I actually had some work to do, and as I drove my little van today, guess what? Michelle Perry was my coworker. So now she's assigned to my van. And so I get to bother my wife at home and at work. So that's a lot of hours. Sometimes I wake up and I officially say, "Okay, Michelle, today is bother you day today." And I just harass her all day. And but that's what husbands are for, right? Um, so but we had a good day. Good day. And I like driving. I like driving my little school bus van. It's nice, you know. Hey, I'm a good worker. Come to work every day. Don't try to miss no days. You miss days, you miss money. And so I enjoy it. All right. So today I have some few things. I was gonna put on something from Texas, pictures, documentaries, but I'm not gonna do that this week. Got some plans for that video. So I got some facts here, doing some trending things about fentanyl and some of the things that I had found. And here's one: the DEA National Drug Threat Assessment. The DEA recently released its 2024 National Drug Threat Assessment, which highlights the ongoing challenges posed by fentanyl and other illicit substances. Good, good. And let's see. Secondly, fentanyl has been a major concern lately, um, and there are some significant developments with tariffs and trade tensions. The U.S. government has been imposing tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, citing insufficient efforts to curb fentanyl trafficking. President Trump has vowed to impose 25% tariffs on all imports from Canada and Mexico, with 10% for Canadian energy. Good luck with that. Um, Fentanyl related deaths. The, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that 72,776 fentanyl related overdose deaths in the U.S. in 2023. This has led to an increased pressure on the government to take action against fentanyl trafficking. Yeah, it's about time. A little slow, you guys. Um, DEA's National Drug Threat Assessment. Um, I think I already read that one. All right, so let's get rid of that. Voila, black is beautiful. What do you think? Um, got my muscle mass T-shirt. Thanks to little lint from my hoodie, man. Look at it. It's all over the place. Muscle mass T-shirt from my nephew Devon. Devon and his little business. I love T-shirts, but it's even better when it's from family. But muscle mass, love it. Some great gear. Um, so we have been trying to get certain guests on here and tell their stories, and I really I'm fascinated when I see some of the stories out there, and also, it inspires me to keep this show going, keep this podcast going, because it's very, very important. How many people have got caught up with the dangers of fentanyl and opioids, and it regardless of all the onslaught of information that advocates are doing, like Paula and Phil, and many, many other organizations throughout the country. Um, there's still people that were not reached. So if you are a parent concerning relative or friends, gather some information on fentanyl. The DEA has a lot of information on it, a lot of drug enforcement agencies throughout your states have it. But, always, always refer to very important. Um, all right. So I like that intro. It's a new intro. I think it needs to be a little larger. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Get that a little larger. See what's what with that. Have to check that out. Um, Yesterday, I was on Frequency Live on WNB1 Radio and Facebook Live, and so I want to give personal shout out to the hosts that are there. Derek Demers, Berto Carter, Jasmine Vasconcelos, and Edmund Ray. Um, along with myself, it takes a lot to do something, especially on a weekly basis. And podcasting isn't something that's easy. You got to really, really want to do it. It has to be something that's desirable, and a lot of people are doing this basically to it's something that interests them. It's a hobby. Um, there's other people that are out there that are getting financially fit on these, and but to all the podcasters out there, I can't announce what I have coming up, only because I don't want to throw it out there right yet. But I have something coming up, and it's for all the podcasters out there. So I basically want to get something out there, and just to say, hey, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for giving it a try, and thank you for everyone that supports podcasting. One of the venues, the businesses that supports podcasting is WNB1 Radio, and we're putting out shows every day. You know, um, from Mags in the Morning with Brian Magnet, J9. They do their show from 8:30, I believe it's 8:30 to 11, and they talk, they play some music, do some good things, you know, and so they're on straight to the point on Thursdays with Decon and Steve Lopes and B Mags on their sports show. Um, what's going on with my camera? Something wrong here. Um, Wednesdays is music. We also have I do the Really Charlie podcast, but I do it from home. Um, and but I'm always trying to represent WNB1 Radio. There's Luxury Tax, uh, the women of the radio station, Margarita, Ziamara, Diana. We got Janine. They do their thing, right? They put their shows out there. And also, what they did is they also added the record wall inside the station, where local artists kind of go into the station and they record them live on the radio station. It'd be a live performance on the radio, and whether it's your local artists, traveling artists, they actually do some amazing things. They had a couple up there last week, so I highly recommend going on the website, checking out the record wall, see if it pertains to you, if it interests you, especially if you're a singer, a band. You can go in that room and record your best on the radio, WNB1 radio. So, as I mentioned about podcasts and shows and everything, um, I see your comments out there. I'm going to get to you right in a minute. Um, so, we have Frequency Live, we're on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's a great show, and you got hostess going at it, talking about many things. We usually tip it off with some news with double D, as Berto says, and we actually get some facts and some news from Derek, and Derek kind of turns it over, kind of lights the fire and the show, and then we talk shop. One of the things we talked about is Angie Stone and Gene Hackman. We talked about the meeting in the Oval Office, and so some of those are the things that come up, you know, and we just talk about it. Then it's relationships, about what makes you fall in love with a man or what makes you fall in love with a woman, and you kind of go back and forth, and it usually does a lot. And after the show, we check out the interest and the insight and see who's watching, right? And like Joanne Livermento, how you doing? Hope all is well with you, Joanne. God bless you. And nice seeing you on the podcast. Got Christy on here. Christy, what's going on? Hello, hello, my friend. And one of the top fans on YouTube, Mike Samayo. How you doing? Keep up the good work as you show me every day. Appreciate you and your support. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the Really Charlie podcast channel on YouTube. I think I have a barcode, a Q&R code rather, somewhere around here. Let's see if I can find it. And, get on it, like and subscribe so you can get notifications of yours truly and what I'm doing. Also, we add to the Really Charlie channel on YouTube, we have everything that's on WNB1 radio. As long as we're connected to the radio station, we air everything that's going on. Let's see. Oh, can't see it now. All right, we're gonna have to work on that Q&R code and try to get it up here where the WNB1 logo is. But I don't want that to disappear. I like that logo right where it is, so everyone knows to add WNB1 radio to your devices, whether it's Apple or Android, and you can listen to some new songs played by Brian, as we say, B Mags. Let me see. Hey, today I was doing something today that I haven't done in years, and I just want to show you a video. All right, check it out. Hey, you got to do things like that. Got to check and see if you guys are listening, right? Listening, and I'm very bilingual too. I just want to let you know.
Some black people in this world you can rob, but an old Spanish man ain't that dude. You could jump out of the dark with a gun. You be like, Papi, give me all your money. He said, I don't give you nothing. You be like, Papi, you better give me your money before I shoot the shit out. He said, look, I'll give you $5, that's it.
$5. That's it. Uh, a so that's I love podcasting, getting this information out. Um, the Hey, I'm gonna need some guests coming up these next couple of months. Um, I have different gaps in the weeks. I'm trying to fill them up, fill those gaps with people, with guests. So if you have something you want to talk about on the Really Charlie podcast, here on also on here on Fentanyl Facts and Stories, let me know. And and the third option is Frequency Live. We're gonna try to add some little another voice, add people, add guests, Um, between all of us we think of different things, and one of the things we want to do is bring people in the studio. Um, so eventually this will be my studio up here, right? Once I straighten it out. Um, just got a lot of things that collecting over the years. Need to get rid of it and then put some podcast stuff up here. Kind of throw my DJ controller up here, play some music, do some things, kind of throw up those TikTok videos, and might see me throwing around and playing some music like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Lakesiders, you know, Twitch. There's let's see, October London, some of my favorites, the old Motown groups. A through Z, it doesn't matter. Motown is definitely something in my blood. I love it, and our homegrown group with Tavares and songs like Check It Out, Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel, Penny for Your Thoughts, and it goes on and on. More Than a Woman. Those are all things I want to play when I'm up here playing some music. The this is a little off, we started off talking about fentanyl, but this is just a conversation. I like doing this. I like coming up here and doing my thing. And so yes, yesterday on the podcast, we had some poetry going from yours truly, and it uh it was okay. I give it a C, but I tried to do what I did before, and that was at the Wind Down podcast years ago with Christo, Berto, Margarita, Brian Magnet, and we did it way back in 2022. So I try to bring it back only because the poem At the Door is one of my favorite poems, when it comes to putting it out there in public. So I just like it. Poetry, a little more romance. It kind of you gotta bring that out, man. Poetry does that. So staying on that, what I did is I started putting poetry, um, music to my poetry, and kind of using AI. And it's real important that you don't when you're thinking about doing things, and sometimes you need help from others. Well, as I write songs and you're trying to get interest from other people, and being from afar or locally, and you want them to take your poetry and put it to music. Sometimes people just not ready to do that for you. Um, it may not like what you wrote, or did. Um, but I keep doing it every day. I'm making and creating something. I had something on Spotify. I had probably over 30 songs that I already did, and then I put them privately because I'm really, really going out there and trying to get my creation out there to vocalists, to the musicians, and trying to see what will happen. Um, so that's on my bucket list, and it's being checked off as we go, and doing all right. One of the things, I don't know if I can bring it up. Let's see. I'm gonna bring one up here. Why not? Right? Why not? Let's kind of think of it. It's yeah, this one. See if you can hear it. Now, talk to my cousin, right? Cousin Greg in Louisiana. He said, "Man, he talked about Robert Cray singing this. This is your friend, man, me. This is my words." Now this picture, old dark bar, music, kind of the setting of New Orleans, dark, sprinkles of lights here and there, and this is playing. Slide over. All right. That's a little of yours truly. Now, if I had a voice, I'd definitely be singing it, right? What do you think? Come on, help me out with the comments here. What do you think? Um, so let's see. I have probably a few more minutes on here. The thank you. A lot of hearts, a lot of likes. I appreciate it. I see you out there. I'd like to bring on some conversations. Like I said, in the next few weeks. Really from you guys. I'd like to have you on. Doesn't matter where you're at. I could send you a link and we can talk about whatever it may be. You may be creating something at home. Like say you're doing things, crafting it up, or maybe you're uh, man in the wilderness doing something, doing some hunting or anything like that. You know what? As long as you have a cell phone, we can make it happen. And I'll send you a link. Might be out there in the warmer parts of the country fishing or doing something. Guess what? Let me know. Um, and we can get you on here. It's about creativity, content, right? You could be the best content here on the podcast or any podcast, right? I talked to a few friends that were on this podcast and now they want to create some podcasting. And that's what I'm about. I'm into that. I am so into that. Um, People podcasting and creating something. Uh, my friends Tony and Jill, every Wednesday they get their show. I'm right. And there's something about that couple. They just do. They're great host, and I like the way they team up together. That tandem, and they interview their guest. And sometimes like last week they were on, and I get on the show and I'm just being me, really Charlie, talking and joking, and kind of got to get away from that, and got to pay attention to the show a little bit more, and kind of interact with the guest and ask some legitimate questions, right? Instead of being a jokester. And I shouldn't have did that. So I apologize to Jill and Tony and the I'm Right show. And their guest, Chris, um, great author. Probably going to buy her book next week. Um, and then I'll flash it up here. So get her um, some press, right, as we say. Mm, all right. Well, Michael, Christy, Joanne, if you're still out there, and everybody else that's out there, um, just wanted to come on here. I gave you some facts in the beginning, and about fentanyl. Just concentrate and pay attention what's around you. If you have to take any drugs from someone, whether it be recreational or prescribed medicine, just pay attention what you're taking. Um, yeah, you can see fentanyl, but you never know when it's laced, like in marijuana. You never know where it's coming from, and it can kill you. Only the size of a. Let me see if I have a pen up here, and I do. The size, the tip of this pen, you can see it. That can kill a human being relatively quickly. Just that amount of fentanyl. So it's real important that if you got something recreational, you need to, and if it's legal, go to the dispensary and get your fix, um, your medicine, whatever you may call it, from somewhere where it's controlled, and it's important. All right, so I'm gonna kind of wrap this up. I really appreciate you all. Remember muscle mass. Good job, Devon. Cabo Verde, where my roots came from. WNB1 Radio at WNB1.com is the website. You can listen to music 24 hours, 7 days out of the week, and also add it to your devices. So you can kind of hook it up to your car when you are driving to and from work or driving around, or hook it up to that home speaker, that JBL that you have, something. Just listen to the music. Great, great music. And don't forget the shows. That's WNB1.com. All right, everyone. I will see you. I will end with my favorite song, and I will see you. Paula and I will see you on Monday, next Monday, 7:30, um, with another guest. And also, if you want to come on the show, just let us know. My email is reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com. Just send me a message. If you're friends with me on Facebook, send me a message. If you are connected with me on LinkedIn, you can send me a message. Also, YouTube, leave something in the comment if you want to come on the show. And along with Twitch, there's many ways to reach out to the three podcasts that I'm associated with. So you can come on the show. All right. Thank you. And have a good night. Go Celtics. I'm very proud of this team, and I hope that they continue um, doing the great things. Got to stop spoiling all these leads that they have. But like many have said, the playoffs are different, though. When teams are in the playoffs, it's an entirely different show. Defense picks up, and I'm pretty sure the Celtics will definitely be more than willing and able to do that. Have a lot of home games coming up, and also during this month we get the NBA, the NFL draft. I believe it is not the draft. Is it the draft? But the free agency starts, and so I can't wait to see all that. I'm a sports dude and I love sports. Red Sox are down in Florida playing their little games and trying to get their team together. And as a former Red Sox fan, I am very proud of seeing what's going on with them. I think the Boston area is going to be real happy with that team. So, and on that, excuse me. On that note, go Dodgers. All right, everyone. God bless. I will see you tomorrow. I will be on the Really Charlie podcast tomorrow night, and 7 o'clock I will be on here. 6:30, 7 o'clock. It all depends. But stay tuned, and I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you. Thank you.
It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bump into your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bump into your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass.